runners, running with the runners.
All right. Welcome in. You are running with the runners. It's Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025. Hope y'all had an awesome Thanksgiving, getting ready for Christmas. And I know I was buying tons of assets this last week in Ricardo. We had Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I can't get enough of them. How are you doing, brother? What's going on? Let's go.
Man, y'all know what time it is. I know y'all see what's going on with these assets. Listen, this is the time to get wealthy. I'm telling you, get ready for 2026, folks. If you're not buying right now, I don't know what to tell you, because I'm going to tell you, we live in this wealth transfer. Okay, the most significant time period ever in history. And I know we're going to get into it, man. We got a phenomenal show for you guys tonight. Make sure y'all tap in, like this out, share this out. Not only we suppressed, but we getting Facebook channels shut down, having to create new ones. But that's okay. They ain't going to stop this show. We got more information and more people to save and share, how to build wealth during these, unique times that we're in right now. But I'm good, brother. How are you? What's going down?
Well, I think we got to take a victory lap once again.
Oh, yeah.
We have silver at an all-time high, $59. Let's go.
That's work. That's work. That means this 100-ounce bar right here at $60. What's that, Mike? $6 grand? Come on. At least 12 grand in my hand. I paid like $2,000 for each bar. Come on, let's go.
That's it.
Let's get it.
Yeah, and I mean, I bought some silver earlier this week. I got an Eagle at spot at 51 nice. And change, I think. So
yeah,
I mean,
yep,
almost 10% a month. Yeah, let me go.
Yeah. Big screen. Let's go big screen for them. We got, let people know that this is something that we've never stopped doing. You never stop accumulating assets. You never stop converting liabilities into assets. So we always going to take our dollars, and we always on a consistent basis, whether that's every single week, every single month, whatever it is, get real money. This is God's money right here. We in biblical times, whether you want to believe it or not. And right now, one of the best things that you could be doing is getting God's money. Real money, physical silver and gold. We get this stuff in the mail all the time from the best suppliers. If you're not saving in silver and gold, you want to get it from the best suppliers in the United States and put yourself in position to get free silver or get paid. Okay, you need to reach out to us, or maybe who shared this video live stream with you guys. But folks, I mean, every week we always getting some metal, some really unique, cool pieces coming in. I mean, in this asset right now, what we're showing you is powerful. Some people say it's just coins. It's just coins. No, it's bigger than most people realize. What we're sharing with you, this is the most undervalued physical asset on the planet right now. They have been rigging and manipulating this asset for decades. This asset is going to hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Even on the U.S. debt clock right now, it should be at least $1,100 an ounce for silver. Okay, this is real money. This is the Achilles heel to the whole banking financial system as well. And we're seeing it unravel, folks. So during times of uncertainty, you want to make sure that you got real money, constitutional money, God's money. Oh, yeah.
This is my new favorite piece right here, Mims. The 2-ounce license plate, Get nice. TXC, super limited edition. I think there's only been 200 made. Wow. There will be more soon. They are sold out right now.
Okay.
But yeah, guys, this is what it's about. Physical and digital. I ordered this one. This isn't from Davey.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we waiting on those. But silver, folks, not to mention the gold. And it doesn't matter whether you get in little small increments, large increments, but you want to make sure you get the gold. This was from the Holy Land Mint. And of course we're getting the gold backs, man. I'm loving, Florida made gold and silver legal tender. And now we got the Florida gold backs. Okay. The Florida gold backs. Okay. One of our suppliers, got the gold backs in the back office there. Fired up and excited about that, folks. Listen, this is real money right here. If you hold on to dollars, that's not real money. That's a unit of debt. It's a liability for you and your family. And I'm telling you, in the times that we're in right now, you don't want to be holding dollars only, okay? You want to make sure you're holding some real money, constitutional money, God's money, physical silver and gold.
So as we told you guys, the market's rigged, it's manipulated, right? You can see here what happened this last week was they were trying to shake you up.
Go on screen. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, get you to sell. And you can see here, Bitcoin went up to 92, and then they slam it back down all the way to like 84. And then they did this. We're going to explain why they did this, right? And then we're right back above 92 again. So you have to look at those drops in the market as an opportunity to get assets and think long-term, guys. We say this all the time. The price of dollars does not matter. You measure your wealth in assets, whether it's Bitcoin, silver, or Texas.
Yeah. Bitcoin, folks. Assets in general, man. I'm just telling you, the dollar is going to continue to lose value in purchasing power. And a direct correlation in the loss in purchasing power of the dollar is assets rising. Why is gold at all-time highs and silver at all-time highs and Bitcoin where it is? It's no different than what it's always been. It does what it always does, but it's because the dollar is losing its value and status and credibility across the globe on a massive scale, and it's accelerating with all the dynamics going on overseas and with the domestic financial crisis that we're facing here. So you definitely want to be diversified and definitely want to be leveraging into physical and digital assets right now.
And so right now, guys, this is it, okay? This might be the biggest Bitcoin crypto news that's happened in the last 5 years. So Vanguard is one of the, I think maybe the largest investment firm in the world. They have $11 trillion under management. So I guess they're second. BlackRock's 13.46, Vanguard's 11 trillion. Yeah. Now, they're not just opening it to Bitcoin. It's not just the Bitcoin ETF that people can now buy through Vanguard. They have Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and also HBAR. I don't know why it isn't in this one. But that is massive that now those people on Tuesday will allow ETFs and mutual funds that primarily hold select cryptocurrencies be eligible for trading on its platform. I mean, so the fact that money can now flow into there, and you can see here, total spot Bitcoin ETF volume today surpasses 5.1 billion. So I would argue, Mims, they crashed the price so that then Vanguard can step in, buy up Bitcoin at 84, 85,000. Right. The next day it pumps right up to 92 and they're able to sell it to their clients.
Oh yeah. Understand something that the rigging and manipulation is something that happens in every market. And that's why we're trying to explain to people that what we're seeing is opportunities. When you're seeing assets go down in price, your alarms in your head should go off. Oh my gosh, I need to buy. But the psychology with most people is when they see assets go down in price, they get scared, they get fearful, they start selling, while the big boys are buying. The major institutions, okay, the governments, they're buying. This is the time to buy. And the beautiful thing is with all this activity that we're seeing take place, it's not like we're locked out of it. Because if they could lock us out of this wealth transfer, they would, but they can't. All they can do is try to, rig and manipulate and FUD and shake you out and scare you out of, accumulating these assets. Don't let it happen to you. Do what they do, not what they say.
That's a good point. So the next big, and again, this was bowing. I forgot to mention. So back in 2018, Fidelity said they will never offer Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. And now, of course, they've changed their tune. The other big one, Mims, Bank of America officially recommends clients put up to 4% of their portfolio in Bitcoin and crypto. And this other post has what those numbers would look like. Let me find it here. But this is massive. Bank of America's 15,000 wealth advisors start recommending Bitcoin to 3.1 trillion in January 2026. Not self-directed trading. It's not just, a guy who has a couple 100,000 and can be like, oh, I can buy Bitcoin and XRP now. These are actual portfolio reviews where your advisors suggest, hey, put in 2%, 3%, 4% into Bitcoin or these other crypto ETFs. Even 1% allocation, not 4, just 1, of just 10% of the clients, that would put 3.1 billion into the 4 approved ETFs. I mean, now we're talking about real money here, Mims, right? When you get, these guys that have wealth advisors and they just tell them, hey, let's move 2, 3, 4% of your portfolio into this new asset class. This is the future, guys. If you are here, if you're listening to this, even if you're not been into crypto a lot or you don't have a lot, you are so early right now, right? You are so early, and this is the time to be accumulating.
Man, folks, you're getting ready to make so much money, it's going to make your head spin. People have no idea what their lifestyle and their financial reality is going to look like in the coming 12, 24, 36 months. Okay. A lot of people right now, if you've been listening to us, you're acquiring these assets. Okay. You're in blockchain and crypto, you're getting physical silver and gold. I'm telling you, within the next few years, most people are going to be able to retire and they're going to be able to take care of themselves and their family and not have to work. Okay. They're going to have time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom. When you understand the type of money that's getting ready to move into this space and the type of, I would say, panic buying, that's going to come in from now this space being legitimized and everybody rushing to the gates, rushing to the doors with their money, the retirement accounts. And there's just a lot of money out here getting ready to move on chain, quadrillions of dollars. Everything is going on the blockchain. Larry Fink talks about it all the time, the tokenization of assets. Folks, everything is going on blockchain. So, it's a statement that shouldn't be taken lightly. The largest wealth transfer in history. Everything is moving on the blockchain. All the money and all the data, all the information, everything is moving on blockchain, and you have the ability to capitalize on that right now. So that's what I'm saying. You're still early. All the money hasn't even come yet. The hype, the FOMO, okay, by institutions isn't even here yet, because it's going to come. You're going to see businesses, institutions, governments, they're going to FOMO. They're going to pump your bag so high, you won't even know what to do with yourself. You're just going to go crazy. I'm just telling you. I know it's coming.
Look at this, guys, right? The Federal Reserve officially ends quantitative tightening. That's where they're pulling money, dollars out of the economy. We're going to talk about this one next. It pumped $13.5 billion into U.S. banks, the biggest Fed injection since COVID. We talked about Vanguard opening up access for $11 trillion to go to crypto ETFs. The Genius Act regulation is heading for proposal this month to give clear regulatory framework from Washington. December rate cuts, where they cut interest rates, which means more dollars create out of thin air, which pumps assets, is now at 87% chance of happening. MicroStrategy, one of the biggest Bitcoin holders in the world, just announced they have a USD reserve of 1.4 billion. The only thing holding back the crypto market right now is the BOJ rate cut decision. If they hike rates, market will bottom in 1 or 2 weeks. If they don't hike, December rally could happen. Either way, guys, I'm buying left and right as much as I can, because what's the other option? Again, guys, we just talked about this. The Fed just pumped $13.5 billion into the U.S. banking system through overnight repos, the second largest liquidity injection ever, just behind COVID. So you can see here where that red circle is. That is the money they just injected. The only other time that was close is when we had the pandemic begin. It looks like it's about half of what they did during the pandemic. So this is Jerome Powell. Money printer go burr, baby. That's all they know how to do. Economy's bad. Just print it, pump it up, guys. They're going to pump our bags, get assets because they can create dollars anytime, any place, and you cannot outwork inflation.
Yeah. And that's why the U.S. will never default on its debt, because we can always just print more paper to pay it and devalue the currency. But you got to understand, folks, have a little bit of vision, okay? Have some foresight. The time that we're in right now is relevant only enough to where you need to understand that you need to be accumulating, okay? That's the relevancy of the time right now. But understand something, this space is getting ready to explode, okay? Trump is getting ready to put in a new Federal Reserve chairman, okay? The whole administration, these agencies, they're bullish on blockchain. They're bullish on crypto. This is where it's going. So it's not, we don't have to wait too much longer. You know, people pay into their 401k and they waited, you know, they plan on retiring after 40 years, working 40 hours a week. You know, for 40% it wasn't enough. I'm telling you right now, even somebody who's just getting started right now, who only got a little bit of money to put in on a consistent basis, you'll retire within 10 years. If you start acquiring these assets now and start learning how to take your assets, move them into your own non-custodial, self-custody, decentralized wallets, learn about how to put these assets to work for you, you know, in DeFi and other things, you know, learn how to start mining, of course. Obviously, one of the best parts about getting into blockchain and crypto, if you ask me. But I mean, folks, you can already see where this space is going. So you just got to relax, accumulate, and get ready to live the best life that you ever could have imagined, because that's where the money is going and you're in position to capitalize on it. And that's blockchain and crypto.
Let's watch this short video here, just talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies and how, because they're limited and scarce, right? You can only create so much of them that it gives them their value. I think this one is specifically about Bitcoin that Michael Saylor made.
Bitcoin represents the greatest digital transformation of the 21st century. It represents digital capital. The global wealth is distributed across assets that provide utility and...
All right, that's too slow. I can't listen to that.
Yeah, it's a little slow. It's kind of...
The like, speed's at 1. I don't know. I'm going to skip that.
I can't put it at 1.5. Go to the settings, put it at 1.5. Let's see, speed, why? There you go, put it at 1.5.
Others that preserve capital. But risk is destroying trillions of dollars of that capital every single year, and investors are turning to digital capital in the form of Bitcoin in order to avoid that risk. Digital capital is economically and technically superior to physical capital, and it represents a revolutionary advance in capital preservation. The asset class itself is growing from trillions to hundreds of trillions of dollars, and it is backed by digital power along with political and economic power. Bitcoin's the best asset you can own. The numbers speak for themselves. It makes a lot more sense to buy Bitcoin than to buy your own stock back, or to hold Bitcoin rather than holding bonds. If you're going to outperform, you're going to need Bitcoin. Luckily, you have an alternative. Public support for Bitcoin is surging, as is support for the U.S. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve.
Sell them into Bitcoin. That way, we wouldn't have to use any new dollars.
As is Wall Street support.
I believe Bitcoin is legitimate.
And the President of the United States says,
never sell your Bitcoin, right?
That's why we're entering year 1 of the crypto renaissance. And you have a choice to make. Cling to the past or embrace the future. Divest billions of dollars and slow your growth rate. Invest billions of dollars and accelerate your growth rate.
I like that. The first year of the crypto renaissance is here, guys. Like I said, you are early. You have a chance, but you have to do something different, right? You cannot follow the masses and expect to win.
Yeah, facts. Look, it comes down to understanding the technology. You know, when you talk about Bitcoin, but really we're talking about the blockchain, because, you know, that's what makes all this possible. And so when you see Bitcoin isn't going anywhere. And when I talk about assets are going to continue to rise in value because a dollar is going to continue to lose value. And then people who are smart, they're getting dollars. They're going to want to put their dollars to work for them. They're going to want yield. They want to want gain. They're going to want those dollars to produce and grow for them. Not just going to hold on to dollars, we're still going to operate in dollars. The dollar isn't going anywhere. But the question is, what is the dollar's purchasing power? What is the dollar that you're working for today going to buy you 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? And is it better to hold on to that dollar or put it in a bank, or is it better to preserve it in physical and digital assets and put yourself in position to capitalize on the macro and micro situation that really we have no control over, but because we are aware of it, we're positioning ourselves for financial security and wealth, legacy, and freedom, and that's really what it's about. It's just first conceptualizing what's taking place, having the right mindset, and then taking the action. And so that's why it's so important that y'all like this out, that y'all share this out, so people can kind of see, because a lot of people say, I don't understand this crypto thing. I talk to people all the time. Yeah, I don't know about this Bitcoin thing. I don't understand it. And the point is, you don't got to understand it. Mike, we got the video. People didn't understand what, the wheel was. They like, the wheel, what do I need the wheel for? What do I need fire for? What do I need the internet for? What do I need a cell phone for? All this stuff. It doesn't matter. The point is, you want to have some exposure to it, because that's where the world is going. That is how you're going to build wealth. And that's how you're going to put yourself in position to live a better quality of lifestyle than what you've been living.
Yeah, I was actually just getting ready to pull that up. So we might as well watch it because it's one of my favorite videos. And I think it really, really speaks to where people are at, and I say all the time of like, I don't know how my toaster works, right? All I do is push the button down and I get some good toast or a good bagel, right? Most people don't know how a car works. How does your cell phone work? Who knows? But every day you use it. Most people don't even know where the dollar comes from, yet they spend it every day. So really quick, this is a funny video we play on the presentations.
Yeah, and it's important that, we play this because, like I said, it's the mindset piece.
Behold, I've discovered fire.
I don't get it.
It's a wheel. Now we can use it to transport things.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's electricity. We can light our homes and power machines.
I don't get it.
This is computer. It will change the way we connect and communicate around the world.
Yeah, I don't get it.
This is a cell phone. Now I can call my loved ones anytime, any place.
Yeah, I don't get it.
This is Bitcoin. It's borderless, incorruptible money that can't be inflated away.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's just not a better video I found to
that's the best
explain what we what you deal with trying to educate people in the spaces. I don't know why people think they need to know everything about everything. I mean, yeah, get educated and learn more, but they're acting like they're and giving away their firstborn.
Right. And this is why I tell people, listen, the best way to get into blockchain and crypto is mining it. Okay. If you can mine cryptocurrency while you're learning, you're earning, you're getting exposure to the space. Okay. You're in the blockchain already, and you have the ability to move assets, sell assets, accumulate assets, trade assets, leverage assets. Okay. You're already in position when you're mining crypto. Okay. So the beautiful thing about what we're doing here, and as you can see, we're part of one of the biggest blockchain mining projects in the United States, and, based out in Texas, that is literally giving people that ability to actually get into crypto. That very easy, very simple. Okay. With a one-time payment, and start mining crypto every single day for the rest of their life. So while they're learning it, they're accumulating digital assets that they can sell, trade, accumulate, or spend in the blockchain in the real world. And that's next level. That's really the best way, because most people right now, when they get into blockchain and crypto, they'll go to Coinbase and they'll take some money they work for and they'll buy some coins and they'll leave it sitting on Coinbase and they think they're in crypto, but it's really deeper than that. You want to be in much deeper position than just surface level, leaving your crypto on exchanges. But when you can actually just, start mining crypto while you're learning and then earning at the same time, it just takes you to a whole nother level.
Yeah. And, what if you just buy crypto, you're just sitting there, right? Hoping it goes up, right? When you get a miner and you're helping crowdsource, you know, Bitmain ant miners that I'm going to show you guys here in a minute, you're getting daily rewards every day sent to your own wallet. You can save them, you can sell them, you can trade them if you're into another crypto, you can spend them, cash them out, send it to your bank, go out to dinner, buy gas, pay your mortgage, whatever it is. But the point is, when you do decide to take some profit and sell some, the next day, you just keep getting more tokens, right? More value, more assets sent to your own wallet every day.
Yeah. I mean, and obviously you can see there in the image every single day, you know, the assets. And this is why we talk about all the time. Don't value your wealth in dollars. Okay. Value your wealth in quantity. Okay. Value your wealth in ounces. You know, how many ounces of silver do I got? Because if, you know, even when I show you guys the silver bars, it's like I paid $2,000 for that. So should I say I got $2,000? Well, no, because I got 200 ounces. But now the 200 ounces are worth $6,000. But the point is I got 200 ounces of silver. That's the focus point. That's the money. You know, so same thing with quantity. You want to focus on how many TXC do I got? Well, what's the price of TXC right now is essentially irrelevant, okay, because we understand that the dollar has a function, and it has done that function since its inception, which is lose value. And a direct correlation of the dollar losing value is assets rise. And when you understand that when you're holding these physical and digital assets, you're holding on to those assets are going to rise, right? Because of the loss in value of the dollar. So you don't have to understand how the blockchain works and the layers to the blockchain and all that. You need to understand that the dollar doesn't buy you what it used to, and it won't buy you what it bought you today, tomorrow, okay, and years to come. So you have to do something different. Not only do you have to create additional streams of income to try to offset that, right, to maintain your standard of living, okay, but you need to put those dollars to work for you so you don't have to work for the dollars. You got to find a way to make money in your sleep, or you're going to work until you die, right? And so this is why it's so exciting when we're showing people how to actually take those dollars and put them into emerging technology, growing infrastructures and ecosystems, so they can actually realize the vision of what we're talking about, and not just talking about it, but actually living it and doing it. And especially being so early to this space right now. I mean, even now, like, you know, we just showed you earlier, we're still getting silver. I'm still going to buy silver at $100 an ounce, okay? Because I understand the dynamics. I understand the supply and demand factors. I'm always going to be mining cryptocurrency because I bought miners, I earned miners, and they're going to be sent, the coins are going to be sent to my wallet for the next 100+ years. This is what we're talking about when we talk about legacy and wealth building. Go ahead.
Yeah, and on our call tonight, guys, again, somebody asked in our chat today, like, what's the utility or the value of Texit? Guys, it's the physical miners, okay? We are a layer 1 proof of work blockchain where we're crowdsourcing physical mining machines. You could think of them as supercomputers, right? These are income producing assets that back the currency, that back the blockchain. And it was so great on our call tonight, Ricardo, is Bobby Gray got on and bought $1.8 million of hash power, of more computers. And he didn't just tell us this. He didn't just say, hey, guys, trust me. Literally on the Zoom call, he's talking to FogHash, talking to the mining facilities where we're buying the miners, and he's sending, you know, the 500,000 of this company, 700,000 of this company, where he's showing I'm taking the money we're crowdfunding and purchasing more mining power, more hash power, more supercomputers that back the network, that give us value. And you can see that jump here. And we had bought extra, we had purchased more than we had sold, and that he just input it. And there we go. 27 terahash purchased, 21.5 terahash sold. So we're ahead of schedule. We're building out the mine. That's what gets me excited, Mims.
Yeah, that's a real value, folks. You know, we have, you know, been in this space for years, and there are certain things that we like to look for and see when we're evaluating a project. One is obviously who's running it, and you couldn't have a better person, in my opinion, to be running this than Bobby Gray. And then when we look at the actual infrastructure, that's going to sustain this ecosystem and give it value. When you see the actual mining infrastructure that they're building and that transparency that Bobby Gray does on those Zooms, where he's showing you the money, showing that we're building out this infrastructure and buying the assets that make this thing work and give it value. Okay, and you see the community growth, and you see the advertising and marketing and the growth of this globally. This is what you want to look for. You know what I mean? So that's huge. When you can be on a Zoom and you can literally see, these assets being purchased to add value to this blockchain and ecosystem.
Yeah, and like I said, the use case, the value is in the actual physical infrastructure, right? This isn't just some meme coin cryptocurrency. We typed a few, strokes on the keyboard and created it out of thin air, right? This is the hard way. This is what separates us from 99.9% of every crypto and blockchain project out there. So if you guys look at this is on the left here is a tweet from kind of an influencer in crypto. He's running 3 Bitmain L9 miners, and we have some of those. So each miner is making about $300 a month, right? Now, in our facilities, we have about 200 in each one. When we're built out, we're going to have 35 of them. 35 times 200 is 7,000 miners total, right? When we're completely sold out and built out. Well, 7,000 times 330, that's 2.3 million a month of revenue. That pays for the electricity, that pays for the upkeep when we do need to upgrade our miners, right? That pays for marketing, that pays for advertising, that pays for the networking that we're doing with local communities in Texas and fairs and other events around the world to help them see the future of cryptocurrency and how we're going to use it peer-to-peer. So we're not sending money to the big banks. We're not sending money to Wall Street. We're not sending money to Visa and MasterCard every time we swipe our card. We're keeping that money in our local communities to help them, not the banksters and the gangsters, that are basically keeping us as slaves.
That's right.
Well, Mims, awesome show tonight. Guys, we're just going to keep winning. Again, the price is what the price is. I'm not worried about the price. I'm accumulating more assets. We're getting texted every day. We do probably want to mention the promotion tonight. Let me pull that up really quick. So that was a big one. For the holiday season, we have kind of like a gift plan, a gift card, if you will, where if you buy 3 miners, you get 1 free. So you can buy 3 miners for your family, your friends, people that you want to help out, and you also get 1 free. Let me see if I can find that. I'm trying to find it still.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, folks, the beautiful thing is, like I said, every day we're getting paid in these, we're receiving these digital assets to our wallet, getting paid, weekly from helping people, start mining, and getting these assets into their wallet every day. And now, of course, we got a phenomenal promotion for the holidays. So it just gets better.
December 18th, this ends, okay? December 18th. So you can purchase 3 miners for $2,985. You're going to get a free one, and then you can give away those 3. I still am not sure if you have to give 3 to 1 person or if you can give 1 to 3 people. I'll get that clarified, or if anyone in the comments wants to let us know. But when you buy those 3 for your friends, your family, whoever you want to give a miner this Christmas, you're going to get 1 free miner yourself as a way to say thank you for being part of your community. Whether you're gifting them to friends, family, or team members, your generosity also rewards you. This is one of our best holiday offerings. It is available for a limited time only. So they have a Google Doc that you will fill out. Once you fill that out, you'll kind of get like a code that you're able to have people input, and then they will get their miner without having to pay for it. It counts in the compensation plan. It counts as a point once they come in, just like we always do, getting paid with our community bonus. So if you guys do have more questions about that, just get in one of the chat groups, and I'm sure we can help it get squared away. But this Saturday, we're sponsoring the Dallas Christmas Parade. We have something that's on Hulu and NBC, I think, some sort of a Christmas party. What was it? A Jingle Ball. I think that's going to air December 16th on Hulu and 8th. I wrote down ABC, but it was a major channel. That's like, I'm assuming like a star-studded affair that we sponsored. So you might see Texit on Hulu and ABC. And then the Dallas Christmas Parade. Layer 2 coming. That's going to be introduced soon. That will be massive, massive utility and use case for Texit as well. Mims, any last words before we sign off?
Yeah, no, pumped up and excited, folks. We're in December. We got, one more month. I mean, we're about to go into 2026. Major events you're going to see take place globally. Do not be surprised. Do not be shocked. Do not get distracted. Okay? Do not be surprised, shocked, or distracted. Focus on your economy. That's the most important thing going on right now. Your economy. And the best way for you to hedge and against the financial crisis, inflation, and things that you can't control is being wise with those dollars that you have while they have value and purchasing power and accumulating assets, physical silver, physical gold, creating multiple streams of income, mining digital assets, buying cryptocurrency, getting more educated, learning what you can, following the right people. And look, my Facebook account got shut down. Make sure you guys get the new link to my new Facebook account so you guys can stay plugged in the information that I'm sharing and updated and whatnot. But folks, we're winning. We're winning. We're not going to stop winning. And, we're at a point where we're going to start to see exponential growth in these assets. We're at the precipice, okay? Going into 2026, the expansion is getting ready to take place. So make sure you guys are locked in position. Buy some of your favorite projects right now. I mean, we're looking at the prices of certain assets right now, and we're buying millions of coins, okay? We're buying millions of coins, or we're just adding to that portfolio because if you understand the technology, if you understand where the money's moving, and you understand the use case and what we got going on here, you know that these assets are not going to be the same price this time next year. And if you have a significant bag, don't diversify too much. Don't get distracted with too many different little programs, okay? And diluting your bags, because you're diluting your bags by not taking your funds and concentrating them in the real projects that you find valuable. The bigger your bag in a particular project, as it rises in value, the greater your profits, as opposed to spreading your bag out in all these different coins and over here in this project and that project. You're not going to see the type of wealth and gains that you will want to see. So, definitely consolidate your portfolio into a very strategic amount of assets and continue to add to those. Okay. So when these assets do rise in value, it don't need to move too much before you made six figures. Okay. Because that's my goal. That's what I'm doing. Some of these projects we're in right now, I get 10 million of them coins. The coin goes to a penny. Already got six figures. And it's at a tenth of a penny. All I need to do is a 10x. That type of mindset where you can see where a coin was at its all-time high. And like, okay, well, if this coin goes back to its all-time high, the community is still strong. The technology is still there. The developers are still there. That you can tell that when the market returns, that this asset, there's no way it just doesn't do anything. It'll do something, right? So now it's a math. Well, if I have X amount of these digital assets and this project doesn't even go to its all-time high, maybe it does 50% of that or 25% of that. But if I have X amount of it, I'm sitting on X amount of dollars. You see what I'm saying? So look at it that way, as opposed to all the time, diversifying into too many bags. And, there's a lot of different projects that we're looking at. The particular one I was talking about with me and Mike is Supra. Mike's buying some more. Yeah, Supra right now on Mexi. There's another way to get it. You got to reach out to me, get in the MemsU or send us a DM. And then of course, Tau under 300, top AI play. Like if you want to capitalize on AI in the blockchain, you know what I'm saying? Like Tau's a play, you know what I mean? So
Supra, Tau, AVAX is what I've been buying a lot of.
Yeah. SHX, if you're gonna throw that with the AVAX is big, but SHX under a penny right now or around a penny, a steal. SHX is a behemoth, okay, in the blockchain and crypto space, and right now it's still under the radar, and sitting at a penny is just crazy. It's crazy work.
Last thing, Mims, I will mention, I've done 2 videos on this in the last 2 days because I don't want you guys to miss this. It ends tomorrow, Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. If you guys want to get into crypto trading, there's a 50% off Cyber Monday. You can get access to trade $60,000 for $297 one time. Why trade your own money and put it at risk when you can use other people's money? This company has been around for well over a year, guys. I've used them. Okay. This is not, some scam type of thing. Access to trade $60,000 in cryptocurrency for less than $300 one time. There's no monthly. This isn't a membership, right? You can start whenever. It doesn't expire. You can trade for 15 minutes a week, an hour a day, whatever you want. It's totally up to you. Learning this skill, guys, is huge. You're able to make money anytime, anywhere, whether the market's going up or the market's going down. If you can't do that, you're basically just sitting around waiting for them to create more dollars to make assets go up. With trading, every day you're able to profit using other people's money. So go to my YouTube, reach out to me to Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard. It goes back to regular prices. Right now they're 50% off and 100% profit share, meaning whatever you make, you keep. Usually it's 80-20. They usually keep 20 of it. During this special, you get to keep 100% of the money you make, and they are the ones who are funding you to do it. It's by far the best Cyber Monday deal I've ever seen.
That's a no-brainer, folks. If you're going to trade, and everybody should have some kind of technical analysis, you should at least know how to read a chart, find support and resistance, good entry zone, exit, things of that nature. But if you're going to trade and you get in that space, that's the best way to get in. OPM, very low entry, very low cost to get in, and being able to trade, tens of thousands of dollars is it's a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a no-brainer, and keep the profits. Yeah.
All right, guys, keep stacking. We'll see you next week. Lace up. We are wealthy. Peace.